Hello children, here back to our class. Today we are going to discuss about chlorophyll and photosynthesis. In the previous class we have learned about Ingenhousz, who discovered oxygen, and he wanted to know more about photosynthesis. So he did several experiments to know more about photosynthesis. He got many questions like how the process of photosynthesis takes place. Then he concluded that the green part of the plant will help in the process of photosynthesis. Again he got few questions. What about the plants which are covered with the another coating like reddish? What about the plants which turns their leaves into yellowish or reddish? And what about the leaves which are growing early, that is dark reddish? And what about the animals? Do the animals such as birds like parrot, they are also green in color. Does they conduct photosynthesis? He got such questions. So he did several experiments to know more about photosynthesis, but he could not know about that. Next, after 4 decades, in the mid of 20th century, Pelleter and Cavento discovered chlorophyll. In the year 1817, they extracted the green color pigment of the leaf and named it as chlorophyll, which means green leaf. They also said that not only the green part, other than the green part, that is a red or yellow color of the leaf, can also prepare the process of photosynthesis. Next, then where does the photosynthesis takes place? After the discovery of chlorophyll by Pelleter and Cavento, it took over 6 decades to know more about chloroplast. Another scientist, Julius Van Schantz, he said that the chlorophyll, it is not spread throughout the cells, means not total leaf. They are present. This chlorophyll pigment is present in a specialized cells called chloroplast. Means the chlorophyll, the cells which contain this chlorophyll are called chloroplast. These chloroplasts are present in the specialized cells called plastids in the epidermal cells of the leaf, that is the outermost layer of the leaf, which contains plastids. So not all the plastids, but some plastids contains these chlorophyll, and the chlorophyll contained cells or plastids are called chloroplasts. Next, it is difficult to study the cell. They want to know more about, the scientists want to know more about the chloroplast. To study the cell, we must isolate the cell, but it is difficult to isolate a cell. Rather than we can extract the green color substance. Means here we can extract the green color pigment from the leaf, but we cannot, means it is a tough task to take the cell. We can isolate the cell without breaking it. If you want to study that cell, we have to take that whole cell. If the cell is damaged, we cannot study the cell. What is there in that, and what are the organelles present in that. So it became a difficult task to them to study the cell. In the year 1954, Daniel I. Arnon was the scientist able to isolate the cell from the leaf, and he said the importance of chloroplast and how the photosynthesis takes place. Let us study more about the chloroplast and the TS of the chloroplast in detail. If you observe the TS of the chloroplast, it has been found that it is the structure which consisting of 3 layers. It's a 3-layered cell. If you see the outer, 2 layers are the, after 2 layers you can see easily the 3rd layer is the grana. Here you can observe that grana. That is not the grana consisting of sac of thylakoids. Thylakoids are the small structures, coin-like structures which are placed one over the other. Here the thylakoids are the stalk-like structure which are placed one over the other. Just like the coins we will place now, same those structure you can see here to form. Thus are structures, those coins together called as grana, which helps in the observing of solar energy. And the remaining portion of the chloroplast which is filled, which is a fluid filled, called stroma, which helps in the enzymatic reaction and helps in the formation of glucose, then to starch. These chloroplasts consisting of several pigments, and all these pigments helps in the process of photosynthesis. About 200 to 400 pigments involved in the process of photosynthesis. Among them, the chlorophyll A, which is blue-green in color, and chlorophyll B, which is yellow-green in color, helps in the trapping of solar energy. Here, what is this chloroplast or chlorophyll? With this chlorophyll, the chlorophyll is just like the pigment which is made up of magnesium. Same as our blood contains hemoglobin. The hemo part of the hemoglobin is same as here the chlorophyll, which is made up of magnesium. The process of photosynthesis takes place in series of steps. It involves series of steps. In that, the first one is conversion of light energy to chemical energy. Second one, splitting of water molecule. And third one is reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. Means it is a not easy process. It involves a sequence of process. So, for the initiation of photosynthesis, the light is required. Means for some steps, the light is required. But some sequences or steps, the light is not required. If you see the process, the process of photosynthesis which requires light is called light dependent reactions, and the rest which does not require light is called light independent reaction, or we can call it as dark reaction. Then children, you have understand about the structure of chloroplast. Then we can go through the mechanism of photosynthesis. The mechanism of photosynthesis occurs in two phases. The first one is light dependent reaction or light reaction. We can say it as also photochemical reaction. The second one is the light independent reaction. It is also called biosynthetic phase. In that, the first reaction is light reaction. In this reaction, the light plays a major role. Means the importance of light is more in this reaction. Without light energy, the reaction will not take place. A series of chemical changes occurs with the initiation of light energy in this phase. So, it is also called photochemical reaction because of the involvement of light. This is called photo. You know about this one. Photo means light. So, a series of chemical changes occurring in this phase. So, it is called photochemical reaction. This light reaction takes place in the thylakoids of grana of chloroplast, where the thylakoids are present. Just now we have discussed the grana, the coins, the stalk-like structure which are placed one over other are the thylakoids. Here one set of that thylakoids we call as grana. So in that grana this light reaction takes place. So in this reaction, the light, because of the absorption of light energy, the chlorophyll get activated by observing the photons from the light. These activated photons, they split the water molecules into H plus and OH minus ions. By observing the photons from the sunlight, they will get activated and split the water molecules. Whatever the plant observes the water, it splits the photons, splits the water molecules into H plus and OH minus ions. Here these H plus ions are used in the dark reaction, that is the second reaction. Whereas these OH minus ions, through a series of steps, they produce water molecules and oxygen. The produced water molecules are used for further steps by the plant, that is in the dark reaction, and the oxygen is liberated into environment. So here the splitting of water molecules taking place in this reaction. So this reaction is also called photolysis. Here the photo means splitting, lysis means breaking. Photo means splitting, lysis means breaking. So this reaction is also called photolysis. And this photolysis process was discovered by the scientist Hills. So this reaction is also called Hills reaction. At the end of this light reaction, we can see here the leaves produce ATP and NADPH molecules, which are helpful in the process of producing glucose. These ATP and NADPH molecules are called as assimilatory powers. Why? Because they are the major products which are used in the production of starch. Here ATP means adenosine triphosphate, whereas NADPH means nicotinamide and adenosine dinucleotide hydrogen phosphate. The next reaction is the dark reaction. This reaction takes place in the dark. So it does not require any sunlight. It takes place simultaneously after the light reaction. So it is called light independent reaction. It is also called biosynthetic phase. Why? Because the production of glucose takes place in this reaction. So it is called biosynthetic phase. This reaction occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. The fluid filled part of the chloroplast is the stroma. So this reaction occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. The H plus ions which are formed by the photolysis of water will combine with the NADP to form NADPH. Means what are the molecules which are formed by the photolysis of water? The OH is formed into water and oxygen. The oxygen is liberated out and the water is absorbed by the plant for the next series of steps. Whereas the H ions, it occurs, means this H ions is used by the NADP of dark reaction to form NADPH. Again these NADPH combines with carbon dioxide by utilizing ATP energy, by utilizing the energy to produce glucose. Means the assimilatory powers which are formed in the light reaction are utilized to form glucose. A series of steps takes place for the formation of glucose by utilizing many intermediate compounds and also enzymes. At the end of this dark reaction, glucose is formed. Plants are capable of observing or living in different conditions like hot or dim areas. So depending upon the place where they are present, and they will absorb that light and use for the production of glucose. And they are not only preparing their food materials, they are serving as food for all the organisms on the earth. So please note these points, differentiate, write the differences between the light reaction and dark reaction. Try to prepare your own notes as in your classwork. We will continue our next class. Thank you children. See you in the next class.